debuted last night. It was not good.
It's Week 5 of the NFL, where division rivals will clash in the AFC East. It's the Bills and the Jets, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
Take the Lincoln Tunnel through Weehawken, through Secaucus, across the Hackensack River, and you'll arrive, as we have, at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. A few minutes ago, the hometown Jets were introduced to this sellout crowd, and it's a roar that can be heard across the river in Manhattan. They're set to go as their Jets will match up with the Buffalo Bills. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
So now this offense will take over, and they will have the football at their own 20-yard line. On 1st and 10, Cobb.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Micah Hyde, and he is going to score. It's a pick six and a Bills touchdown. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls, because these are the top two teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
The throw over the middle, taken in, and taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. Two nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? 49. Throwing on 1st down. Cobb.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there, as that's batted down and incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field.
And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. And remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
A 62-yard attempt.
And this won't get there, won't be online either. It's no good, off to the right, and this score will stay right where it is. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they were in field goal range last time out but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
Off the play fake. Cobb. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. It's a big play that time by the Jets.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit. That might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
A Mostert a first down carry. This will wind up only getting him a couple. And it'll bring up second down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And that's not...
And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Jets are... Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making...
And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block them. They were on him in a hurry.
A leap, and he's got it. He got it. And all the way down to the 35. Big yardage that time for the Jets.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Back to throw. Cobb. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in a defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
They'll look to throw again. This is caught. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. We've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Bring it!
They'll run with Mostert. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. Operating from the gun. Comp got a man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Zach Pascal, his first touchdown on the year. So we are in the final minute now of the first half as this offense gets ready to take over. On first down, Comp. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football.
And I caught a quick glimpse of him before.
So the offense set to take the field here. They will have the football with less than a minute to go in the first half. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. We'll start our tour out in the City of Angels, Los Angeles. And it's the Raiders out in front as they approach halftime. Derek Carr has a couple of touchdown passes there. From there, we're off to check out another game. And they were losers in their ball game to the visiting Dallas Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, over 100 yards in the victory with 2 touchdown runs as well. Finally, let's get to Silicon Valley. Check on the 49ers at home at Levi Stadium. And it's the visiting LA Chargers who are out in front. Justin Herbert with a touchdown pass. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for Buffalo in that first half. And they weren't able to get a whole lot done throwing the football. That'll likely be a big key if they want to turn things around in the second half. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they were even better throwing the football. Lots of open receivers to choose from, and you can bet that'll continue to be a focus in the second half. With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
Yeah, Coach, certainly no shortage of action in those first 2 quarters. Definitely got to work on my touchdown calls, so we'll see how much voice I have left for the second half here.
Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. And he's getting close to that number 300. That's always kind of the benchmark for a great game for a quarterback, isn't it? 300 yards?
Similar to a runner going over 100 yards or a receiver having 100 yards.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
They go play action here on first down. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
Now a play fake here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Well, when you've got a quarterback like this dead to rights, you got to make sure to wrap up. Instead, though, he breaks free and off he goes.
Yeah, and at the risk of sounding just a little bit trite, this is just a tackle that needs to be made. It's one thing when you've got a bruising 230-pound running back coming your way, but when it's a quarterback who's running for his life, your teammates will tell you, you've got to get him on the ground.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. Powering his way forward. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Off play action. Cobb. Flush to his right. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Jets take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
Oh, Davis from the top rope. I like it. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
And that's just a solid, good physical run there as he motors for 9 yards.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Off the play fake. Cobb. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did. On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Off the bootleg. Cobb. Flushed out right. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And the Bills are going to have the football here at their own 18. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the ending, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
And he's taken down inside the 30. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
51 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
From the gun on 3rd down. Cobb eluding the pressure right. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. It's their quarterback. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jets look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. And that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team is playing,
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now following the interception, this offense will get another shot at it as they'll quickly head back onto the field. Second down, here's Mostert again. Broke a tackle, but not much room there ultimately. Just up past the 25 and no further. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Here's the Jets punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Bills will take over the football with a first. So now we're in the final minute of the game in the 4th quarter as this offense gets ready to take over. From the gun, a run with Mostert. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but man, his first step is so quick too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
So it's a victory here for the New York Jets, and they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree, matched up against a top 5 defensive unit in the league, and they pretty much had their way.
Yeah, that was the interesting part about it, because normally when we see this defense play, they have their opportunities and they make their plays, don't they? They knock them back on their heels. They take the ball away. They change field position. In this case, what you said is so apt. They had their way with them, took it to them, and knocked them back on their heels and surprised the heck out of them.
So for the Jets, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1, and they'll hit the road next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And perhaps fortunately for them, they'll get an early bye next week and come back to action in Week 7.